Welcome to Econversation, a podcast where we unpack real world events through the lens of economics. Today, we begin in Pahalgam, a scenic town in Kashmir often called paradise on earth. But this week, that paradise felt like an abrupt shock. Tourists fled, hotels emptied, and local economy came to a standstill. Why does this still matter? Because every headline is an economic ripple, and today we're following it. Pahalgam, a major tourist hub in Kashmir. Its economy thrives on seasonal visitors, hotels, restaurants, cab drivers, vendors, and much more. But, did, but following renewed tension along the line of control and political standoff between India and Pakistan, the region we saw a sudden drop in tourism. This is what economists call an external shock, a sudden event outside the control of a local economy that disrupts regular activity. Let's break this down for you economically. The sudden decline in demand for tourism services is a demand side shock. When the tourists cancel, revenue dries up for thousands of small businesses. With no income, spending across region falls, triggering a negative multiplier effect. Local unemployment increases, specifically in informal sectors. Insecurity and volatility makes the region less attractive to long-term investment, even for infrastructure. But let's look at the bigger picture here. This isn't just about one town. This is how geopolitical tensions shape local economies. A similar pattern was seen post 2019 when Article 370 was revoked tourism and halted. It took months for the region to recover economically. Globally, unstable political conditions in any region lead to capital flight, currency depreciation, and increased risk for premiums for investment. In conflict prone zones, economic fragility is worsened by limited state support and weak safety nets. Let's take a look at that through the economic lens. Economics helps us move beyond what just happened to why it actually happened and why does it matter. It highlights the human cost of instability, and not just in numbers but in livelihoods lost. It explains how economic interdependence makes even small regions matter in the big conversations, and it shows how peace and economic development are tightly linked together. That's why understanding these events through the lens is not just insightful but is essential. India and Pakistan have both historically allocated significant portions of their national budgets to defense. In economics, this introduces the concept of opportunity cost. Every rupee spent in the military assets is a rupee not spent in education, healthcare, or infrastructure. For developing economies, this trade off becomes specifically critical in the long run. Excessive defense spending can crowd out productive investments, slowing down economic growth and widening development for gaps within the country. Conflict also restricts regional trade integration, which could otherwise benefit both countries. Trade between India and Pakistan has declined sharply since 2019 due to political tensions, tariffs, and non tariff barriers. This disrupts comparative advantage, which limits consumer choice and increases costs for businesses. In fact, studies show that South Asia is one of the least economically integrated regions globally, and political tensions are major scene. The loss, billions and billions in potential GDP gains are missed employment opportunities for millions. So, what just happened in Pahalgam wasn't a news story. It was a signal, a reminder that behind every political headline is an economic consequence. Thanks for tuning in with E-Conversation. If this episode gave you fresh perspective, subscribe here and share. And for highlights, discussions, and upcoming episodes, check our Instagram. Until next time, stay curious and keep questioning.